I'm back with a new topic today, and so I'd like for you to guess what? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory about since the title and the background. Well, I'm gonna be revealing it. It's about fossils, and today I'll be explaining what I know about them, and I hope it helps you out a lot. So let's start with the introduction. So fossils are basically like animals, but usually consists of dinosaurs. You probably think of that when you hear the word fossil. Well, it's because dinosaur fossils exist, and they've existed millions to maybe even thousands of years ago, which is very, very good and interesting to know about. And did you know that most of these fossils still exist up to these days? And there's still a million more fossils left for us to find, since this world is very huge and I'm sure there's a ton of things. So fossils consist out of most animals that were extinct, and most of them are dinosaurs, which roamed the earth millions of years ago, about 60 million years ago, I think. Yeah, but there are animals that are way, way older than that. Alright, so let's go and introduce. So when I say fossil, when you usually don't see the skin on the animal when they assemble it together with all the bones and parts, you realize there's no skin around it like how it would usually look. I mean, who would be walking around in a skeleton without any skin? Well, that's because technically, so like it was 60 million years ago, right, with the dinosaurs. Suddenly they got all killed by meteorites, and then they started to die, and basically they're just gonna rot since the flesh is, quite good for bacteria, so they just feast on it, and now it's left with the bones, left to go deep in the earth for more years to come and get discovered by archaeologists that try to unravel bones across the earth. And by the way, here's a little pro tip, just a little bit quite about the topic. So it's gonna be about how to find out if someone's lying if they found a fossil or not. So usually fossils are found a bit underneath the earth, like not quite at the top. So if you see someone just finding it randomly in their backyard, most likely that they are probably lying, because dinosaur fossils are rarely or maybe never even been discovered on topsoil, and it's very unlikely as well. And plus, bones are also supposed to be very brownish and dirty, so if it looks a bit white or cleaner, then that's probably a fake bone. And yeah, also fossils don't only consist of dinosaur bones. There's actually other types of fossils, like spider that's been trapped in some rock for millions of years to come, and then when archaeologists have finally found it, or even normal people, it's pretty cool to just see a spider getting preserved inside a piece of rock, without the skin decaying and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And there's also even some shells that became fossils as well, and they've got trapped and then they molded into the earth, and then when archaeologists find them, they're usually in a rock shape, which is pretty cool. And if you find a fossil, why don't you try exploring? And also I want to talk about how maybe animals or plants can make their own mark in the ground that might turn into a fossil. So this dinosaur thingy, if you get the bone out, it will make a mark in the earth, which will make a mold, which is very, very good. Like how you put some clay and then you put your fingers in it, it will start to make a mold, right? That's basically how it would be like. And also these are some dinosaur skulls, probably, I'm not so sure. But yeah, those count as fossils, and they are very, very cool. They might not be the most pleasing thing to see, but trust me, it feels very good to be holding a 50 or 60 million year old skull in your hands. And you can find fossils in museums and many more places. And if you finding skulls or finding fossils or basically anything ancient like that, I think being an archaeologist is definitely the job for you. And yep, fossils is truly an interesting topic. It's about how maybe extinct animals just get their skin decayed, and then it suddenly makes a mark in the ground and becomes a fossil. Many things can become a fossil, but it will take quite a couple of years, not even a couple, probably 1,000,000 or 1,000 years to become a fossil. So yeah, that's what I know about it. It's pretty cool as well if you think about it. So I want to be talking about some interesting facts, probably not very related to fossils, but it's just pretty cool facts I want you to know about. Did you know that there was a woolly mammoth that existed probably thousands of years ago, or maybe millions of years ago, were found trapped in an ice cube, and when they finally melted it, it still had warm blood inside of it, and it still had its skin, which is very, very, very cool, because I wouldn't very much expect something 50 or 13 million years ago to still have fresh blood inside of it and its skin. So I'm pretty sure it was preserved inside the ice and it just cooled down. So yeah, that's a very good fact to know about. Honestly, I'm very glad that dinosaurs don't exist anymore, because I'm literally just glad they exist in museums and in fossils, which probably there's a ton more. Because if dinosaurs existed right now, we humans would probably go extinct right away. So I'm very glad and grateful they don't exist. So yeah. Alright. And also, by the way, did you know that there are probably thousands of animals trapped in ice cubes? Probably like in the ice age, where everything was pretty much ice, and global warming probably didn't exist at all, since the whole earth was, quite chilly and stuff. So there's probably 1,000 more animals that we don't know about yet, trapped in these ice cubes, and they're still waiting for scientists to find them and test them, and we can figure out what other animals existed at that time, which I find very, very interesting. Also, another thing is that I wonder if we could go deep below the ocean and find new animals that are, pretty much something that we haven't discovered yet. And did you know that only 5% of the ocean has been discovered? Which is, we've discovered more of space than the ocean. Can you believe it? The space is like a never-ending universe, while the ocean is right on our Earth, free for scientists to explore. But the thing is that the water pressure can get way too, hard, and it will start to squash our bodies. So we need to finally invent a submarine or a machine, or literally anything that is enough to withstand that pressure in the ocean, because it's like, and then you could crush your bones in one moment if you didn't have anything on you. But maybe that's a thing for the future to come, and let's stay tuned for that. I'm very excited. And this topic is very interesting. I love fossils, and the ocean too. It's really good. So this isn't really a fossil, but it's a crystal, which is probably one of my upcoming topics. And look at it. It's literally so pretty, and I'm not sure what type of crystal this is, but all I know about is that I'm very lucky to find it, and it's called a mineral, which is found under the earth, and some minerals can be really hard, or some minerals can be really soft and easy to crack. Like, look, if I fell this down on the floor right now, I'm pretty sure this one isn't a very strong mineral. But you want to know a very strong mineral that you probably have? It's called a diamond, and they're very expensive but very hard at the same time. If you take a hammer and smash it, it wouldn't smash at all, since that mineral is very hard. And there's other really good minerals as well in the earth. They're formed by something, and then they will turn into a special rock, which people can use to make jewelry and stuff, which I find very nice. I love minerals as well, but I love this rock too. Like, look at it, it's very pretty. Yeah. So that's about it, and there you go.
More about dinosaurs.
Oh, and here's some little things about dinosaurs. Did you know that the T-Rex had very, very short arms? Well, that's not a very good thing, because once they unraveled the bones of the T-Rex, they found out it walked like this. So it couldn't reach the plants or the trees, and it was a carnivore, I think. They only eat meat. And maybe the Tyrannosaurus rex or something was an herbivore, which means it only eats plants, which I think that's very friendly because I'd like that to exist since, they only eat plants. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's kind of sad to think about that meteor just literally killed all the dinosaurs on Earth, which is quite sad to hear about, but I'm just grateful they don't exist. And there are so many types of dinosaurs and some places where you can find dinosaur fossils if you want to go looking for yourself. They're usually found in the United States. Yeah, that's where they mostly find their dinosaur fossils, and museums, which you should really visit because they're very interesting to look at. So yeah. So did you know that the dinosaur had way more teeth than ours? We probably have like 20 plus teeth, I think, probably about that. But the dinosaur had over 200, and they are very sharp. Some people say that people used them to become like knives for humans at that time. So yeah, I think that's very, very cool. I'd like to discover a fossil one day. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson for today. I hope I explained fossils quite well, and that was pretty much all of my topics for today. So goodbye everybody. Hope you enjoyed.